you getting stitches?
They don't hurt.
Okay, everybody. I am doing this speech for my college class for a college in Washington. It's my last semester there, so I gotta get it finished up. What I'm gonna do a speech on is chocolate and the health benefits. There's actually benefits to chocolate, believe it or not, other than looking like me. I said, my name's Stephen Pritchard. Y'all all, of course, know my wife. She's your teacher. And I have to say thank you for letting me come do this. Anyway, we'll get started. The reason I'm doing this is to inform you on the health benefits of chocolate, okay? In a report found on Statista, the amount of chocolate consumed in 2011 by the United States, they actually did a survey of the country, but by the United States, the average person consumed 4.6 kilograms of chocolate. Does anybody know how much that is in pounds? 4.6 kilograms in pounds is 10 pounds of chocolate. So that study said that the average person consumed 10 pounds of chocolate. That's like a big chocolate, huge chocolate bunny. But amazingly, the United States was not number one. The United Kingdom, which was like England, over there, they consume 11 kilograms of chocolate. That's like a baby size, and probably more than baby, like.
Please excuse the interruption. I need all the softball girls to go to Coach Massey's room at this time.
Oh, that's like, a 2 or 3 month old baby. With that said, of course, is there anybody here that doesn't like chocolate?
Certain kinds.
Certain kinds. Well, I brought some, and of course I'll pass out some chocolate to y'all, but without fail, almost everybody likes chocolate. When we get done, I've got a package I brought to you. Like I said, today I want to discuss how chocolate has been one of the most desired foods in history, and by that, the health benefits that come with it. Personally, I like most kinds of chocolate. I don't really care for the dark chocolate, and unfortunately, that is the one that's the most healthy. But I do love chocolate. Anyone here that doesn't want their chocolate bar, Addie will eat it for you. She's already been asking if she can have the chocolate when she gets done. So you can donate it to. I honestly believe chocolate should become its own food group. You got all kinds of chocolate pie, chocolate gravy. Has anybody ever had chocolate gravy? That's like a Christmas Day tradition for us. Take it, pour it on biscuits. But anyway, from the fruits of the cocoa plant to today's Hershey's Kiss, let's kind of take a trip down what I call Candy Lane and review some of the history. So where does chocolate come from? Robert Verna writes in the December 2013 issue of Malaysian Journal of Pathology titled The History of Science and Chocolate, the chocolate can be traced all the way back to the Maya people. That's years and years ago. They first cultivated the cocoa plant in 400 AD as a beverage. According to Mr. Verna, the dried cocoa beans were ground, mixed with cinnamon and pepper, and then dissolved in water. It's not much different than our chocolate milk. The beverage didn't taste that great, but it was liked for its stimulating effects. Chocolate is a stimulant, so it kind of gives you a little bit of energy. In 1200 AD, the Emperor Montezuma was said to drink dozens of cups per day. That's like, I don't know, drinking probably 5 or 6 monsters a day, I guess. That'd send you into. Anyway, he found the cocoa beans were so valuable that he stored them with his gold and other precious jewels and stones. So let's fast forward a little bit to the Americans in Europe. In 1500, 300 years later, the cocoa beans were introduced to the Americans and subsequently made their way back to Europe. Several people wanted to take credit for this. I can't imagine why, but there's no one really tracked down who was responsible. My own personal heroes were the nuns in Mexico who first added sugar to the cocoa and heated it, making the first chocolate milk in about 1585. It took almost another 300 years for the cocoa butter to be invented in Amsterdam in 1815. This is when chocolate really began to make its advances. In 1847, the first chocolate bar was produced in England, and by 1907, the Hershey Kiss was introduced by Milton Hershey. Everybody knows about the Hershey bars in Hershey, Pennsylvania. They've got a theme park and everything themed after chocolate. I've never been there, but I've heard it go down the streets, all the street lights are in the shape of Hershey Kisses and everything. But like I said, they do everything with chocolate, from candy to beverages to the chocolate gravy. I mean, we seen the other day they had chocolate covered potato chips. But anyway, lastly, I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the great health benefits that chocolate can provide. What are some of them you think that they can provide? Any ideas? Believe it or not, an article in the United States, it's called The Health Benefits of Chocolate, published on UWire. It's an antioxidant. It can lower your blood pressure, can increase, gives you a little bit of energy. It's also been found to decrease heart failure and reduce the risk of heart attacks. Like I said, it does lower the blood pressure. It has anti-clotting and blood thinning properties. Everybody's heard of blood clots. Chocolate's actually been proven to kind of thin out your blood and keep it flowing. Contrary to common belief, it's also good for your skin. It'll keep, it can keep your zits down and things like that. It's also said that if you have a bad headache, it will help, ease your headache. Eat a chocolate bar, something pure chocolate, not the milk chocolate, but like the dark chocolate. If you eat it, it'll help ease the headache. And I'm sure as it goes farther along, the uses of chocolate are going to, they're going to find more and more. There's a couple ways to obtain the benefits of chocolate. First is consuming a high-grade chocolate. Like I said, that's not the milk chocolate like most of us have today, but like the 70% dark chocolate. Does anybody rate the dark chocolate bars? I just don't like the taste of them. I mean, apparently they're the most healthy, but I just don't like the taste of them. The second is, though, consuming it in moderation. Don't just pig out and keep shoveling it, because that'll lead to a big tummy ache. While neither of those are exciting concepts, if you do want the health benefits from it, you got to follow some of the guidelines. I mean, it's kind of like eating green beans. Nobody wants to do it. But anyway, so now that I've told you about the history and the health benefits of chocolate, I'd like to remind you that it took us over 1,600 years to get to where chocolate is today. It's ingredients in, like I said, in almost everything you could think of. Chocolate continues to be one of the most amazing and desired foods in history, and I'm sure, like I said, they'll find more health benefits to come with it. In conclusion, I hope you kind of enjoyed taking the trip down Candy Lane. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but we are reflecting on how far chocolate has come, from back in the days of the Mayas, where they were still working on rocks and stones and make their own tools, to 1,600 years later, and we're only limited by our imagination as far as chocolate. whatever you wanna put chocolate on, you can put it on. Just wanna say thank you for letting me come to your class and do my speech. I know, like I said, it wasn't the most exciting, but it'll help me finish up my, college course. So thank you.